Welcome back here with Expresso only on SABC3 as we get into our youth sporting results. Dominating the junior headlines at the moment, the IRB Junior World Championships. Now doing a quick recap of the Baby Boks performances so far. After their 23-19 defeat at the hands of the Irish in the opening match, they recovered from their early stumble to thrash Italy 52-3 in their second match at Belleville on Friday night. After leading 19-3 at the break, courtesy of 3 first-half tries, they added 5 more in the second. Young Andre Pollard made it into the fly-half position, adding his trademark attacks with ball in hand, also converting 5 of those tries. While the scoreline suggests a pretty convincing victory, the South Africans will have to raise their game when they face England's under-20 team later today. Of course, England getting their campaign rather off to a flying start with a 2015 victory over Ireland. Now, flying through some of the fixtures coming up with a host of games now moving to the Cape Town Stadium. Ireland will want to continue from their great start against the host nation when they meet Italy this afternoon. France play Australia in one of the day's biggest clashes. They'll need to recover after their 15-3 loss to Argentina. And Wales take on Samoa at the University of Western Cape in Belleville before New Zealand meet Fiji, and that Fiji side is looking good. Now, we had some cracker schoolboy rugby over the weekend. We have got a lot of highlights to get through. Let's get to it.
While most of the country was in the grips of a nationwide freeze, action on the rugby fields couldn't have been hotter this weekend. North of the Vaal, die Brandwag beat Huntsmoor 34-13. In a surprise result, Brits beat Paarl Gim 29-24. Elderaine went down 24-22 to Centurion. And there were a few great tussles across the Yukskei. In KwaZulu-Natal, Hilton beat George Campbell 25. Kersney staked their claim as the best KZN school with a 23 victory over Westville. Likewise, Michaelhouse, who overcame DHS 24-14. But it seems all eyes were on the age-old rivalry between Glenwood and Maritzburg College in Durban on the day of the first test between South Africa and England. The sides fought hard for a 16-all draw. In the Eastern Cape, Dale beat Cambridge 31-8. Graham College saw off the challenge of Woodridge 25-9. And Queen's absolutely demolished Stirling 78-3. A massive crowd puller this weekend, Paarl Gim played host to the southern suburb rivals SACS. Most of their rugby was played in the second half, fighting back from 13-10 down at half-time to beat SACS 28-13 eventually. SACS had the better of the starts, getting a try in the first 15 seconds. Off the SACS kickoff, number 8 Gino Lupini beat the Gim pack to the ball, broke the line and got the pass away. It went through the hands before wing Sui Chibale dotted down in the corner. Chris Smith was unsuccessful with the conversion, but landed a penalty soon after to put SACS 8 points clear and well in control. Losing their fly-half Chris Smith to injury and their captain Calder to yellow card for what the referee ruled to be a dangerous tackle, SACS took their foot off the gas and spent most of the second half defending bravely against a Gim team who were fired up, having obviously been read the riot act by coach Christoph Lotter at half-time. Gim eventually took the lead thanks to a brilliant blindside attack, Davi Diasson scoring in the corner. Gim finished the game off with a set-piece try on the stroke of full-time, again showing their class. But SACS can hold their heads up high, matching the country's top-ranked sides in a number of facets. Again, the final score 28-13. One not to be missed next week. SACS travel over the hill to play arch-rivals Wynberg, who of course beat Bishops 26-14, meaning that both are going for the Southern Suburbs Triple Crown, both having also claimed the scalp of Rondebosch. And as we've seen, few sides can match these lads for heart. This could be a game of the season. Gim have a heavy week of preparations ahead of their clash with Boland Landbou and would have been watching reruns of our next featured game very closely. Although hosts Boland Landbou staged a spirited fight back in the last 10 minutes, they ultimately went down 10-20 to a resurgent Paarl Boys High, who have put the slight hiccup of the early season well behind them. The first try came after a very hopeful looping pass was pretty easily intercepted by a fleet-footed boy shy outside centre Divald Nordier, who ran in unhindered under the crossbar from 40 metres out. Duplessis slotted the conversion 10-0 after 13 minutes. Boyshine might take heart from dominating exchanges for the first 55 minutes, but will be regretting not having translated this into points, something they will not get away from at Paul Roos on Saturday. Landbou looked good in spurts, but will have plenty to work on before they visit Paarl Gim next weekend.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.